So there's this fear, right, that no one can conquer. This happens to every single person, no matter who you are. When you start getting into something and doing it publicly, right? So publicly
Right.
following Christ, publicly being an entrepreneur. Ah, look at him. What are those videos he's making? You know, what is he trying to do with this business? And that keeps a lot of people teetering on the edge, right? They have their goals, they want to do it, but what are people going to say? What are they going to think? People are going to make fun of me. What would your advice be for people that are teetering on that edge, you know, to kind of get the full push over into pursuing what they want to and not caring what this guy thinks or that guy thinks?
Right, so exactly. It's kind of like there's two realms. There's the internal realm and the external, and everything begins internally, guys. So whether that's with your fitness, like we talked about in the last video, your fitness, your mindset, etc., we first learn it, right? Think of like a cup as an example. We're first building the kingdom within. We're building the cup. But eventually at a certain point, guys, your cup will overflow it, and that's normal. We're commanded, you know, to speak a little biblically, we are commanded to share the gospel, right? They say in the book of Matthew, no one lights a candle to hide it under a bowl, meaning no one gains all this wisdom with maybe it's powerlifting or entrepreneurship or marketing or whatever it is for you guys just to speak with yourself. So the question, Titan, was, you know, now that you want to cross over that threshold and begin to share it publicly, kind of have your water overflow, how do you get over that hurdle, that fear of judgment, I guess you could say, right?
Exactly.
Hey, all right, guys. Well, there's a few things, and it's great we're talking to Titan on this because he's doing this right now. I mean, you've kind of been doing it for a few months, but he's really overcoming that hurdle now and full sending it. So it's awesome to see someone who's just done it and someone who's been doing it for a long time. I would say my take is kind of an experienced veteran in this. I've been on YouTube, guys, for like 7-8 years, so I've full sent it a long time. I'm 25. I started at 18. I would honestly say, guys, that's a great question. I'm going to say two things. Number one, I want you to start incrementally. Here's kind of like the logical step for you guys. My step is actually the second step, but not everyone thinks this way. So start incrementally, right? So what did I do? The second I turned 18 years old, guys, I'm 25. So about, what, 7 years ago, I started an Instagram page. And that was, at the time, it was called Hammond Fit. So it was a fitness personal brand. Keep in mind, though, at that time, 7 years ago, no one was on Instagram or social media was not very popular at all to run a business. But I was like, hey, I got to start this. So I was still in high school. I started the Instagram page and I started posting, like, I don't know, informational photos and videos and stuff like that. I wasn't on YouTube yet, but that was the first step. And then what happened is when high school finished a few months after, so literally I think like this day 7 years ago, I then started YouTube. Okay, so that really helped me, I'll be honest, because Instagram kind of set me up for YouTube, where if I just started, let's say, YouTube right from the get-go, yeah, I'll be brutally honest, that might have been a little too overwhelming for me to care about what people think. So number one, I'll say go incrementally. But number two, once you get that ball rolling, guys, and you're really going to notice this after a certain point, right? Especially because God's going to call you to be bold. You know, you really just need to full send it. And I'm at a point now where if I get revelations or ideas or a new business, even like with what Titan and I are doing now, at a certain point, and I believe this comes later on as you get stronger, right? Just like with anything, physically, mentally, spiritually, you just launch, you just shoot. I'm not saying you guys need to be completely reckless or just be stupid, no, but you need to understand this is not biblical, but they say that an idle mind is the devil's playground, meaning the more you just wait, you kind of like hypothesize, you kind of like calculate, you know, what's the next best step? Should I do this? Should I not do this? A, B, C, D. You're mentally masturbating with yourself. And usually, right, this is actually why I'm kind of working with Titan and the young guys. It's kind of my job now as a mentor to just push them. Because if I don't push them, and let's say they don't jump off the cliff, they'll be in that mentally ruminating, masturbating. Is this right? Is this right? At a certain point, you got to push the kid off the slide and say, buddy, you're going to be okay. And if not, you'll learn, you know? So, well, yeah, what do you think, Titan?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a big problem I see, because so Andrew Tate and all those guys have definitely opened up my generation to, like, everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, right?
Right.
And a lot of them just sit there and, you know, what's the best, and I've done this myself too. I'm not speaking hypocritically. Like, I'll admit that I've done this myself. You sit there, what's the best video to make? What's the best business to do? How to get to 10K per month in 30 days? But the truth is, it's never that easy. And anything worth building isn't that easy, right? You're not going to, if you were able to snap your fingers and get 10K per month doing what you love, you wouldn't feel good about it, right? It takes time, but you have to get that clock rolling sooner or later. You have to make the first video. It's going to suck and you're not going to enjoy it, but you have to get it rolling because it does take time. You have, and starting today will be better than starting in 2 months from now, because that's 2 months time saved until you get to a resemblance of the destination you want to go to.
Absolutely. And you know what's funny, what that kind of brought up, just this kind of like a mental mindset for you guys that I tell a lot of clients, a lot of the young guys, they'll say they'll be stuck, let's say, in this paradigm of David. You know, should I focus on quantity or should I focus on quality? And a lot of times they're saying this in a scarce kind of way where they're like, you know, I don't want to post, I want to conserve and just hold and wait till I post quality content, right? And what I say to them, I don't know where I heard this quote, but quantity builds to quality. This is what you guys need to understand. You kind of have to have like a bulldozer mindset, not a, you know, I'm going to spend weeks and months on this one video or this one essay to make it absolutely perfect. I understand, like, logically that makes sense. And in certain realms of your life, I would implore you to do that. But the thing with content, guys, is because it's ever evolving, it's always changing, and it's so rapid. Like, people are posting, I don't know the exact stat, but like thousands of hours of content, like I think like every second, to be honest. With social media, what I've noticed, guys, is the more you do, the better you get, not the other way around. So let me say that again. Quantity builds to quality, meaning, just like what Titan said, you're first, guys. I've posted like over 1,000 videos on YouTube, and even now, like with this style here, you notice I'm going daily, right? It's great we're talking about this. I'm doing that because, think of it this way, okay? I'll kind of finish it here. If you want to hit a bullseye, okay, how are you going to get more practice? By making sure this bullseye is absolutely perfect with your arrow and shooting it 3 times, or just by saying, hey, I got to learn and just shooting like, I don't know, 50 arrows. Now, I'm not saying you're being sloppy. I'm not saying put out absolute crap quality. Absolutely not. But you're shooting, guys. You need to shoot and see what sticks, okay? So please rid this mindset of, oh, I look a little silly in this. I look a little funny. This is embarrassing. Please just shoot the arrow, see what sticks. And the beautiful thing about this as well, guys, is a quote goes, your emotion follows your motion. Meaning, if you're just continuously shooting, right? You're shooting the arrow. Hey, some are missing, some are sticking, some aren't. Through your motion of doing that, your emotion's going to follow. What does that mean? You're not caring about what people think about you, right? Because you're so occupied and busy with the next video, the next reel, the next post that, like I said beforehand, right? An idle mind is the devil's playground. Well, your mind is not idle. This is very important, guys. You're always busy. You're always like, I relate it with powerlifting. You know, oh, I had a bad squat session. Okay, well, I'm squatting again in 2 days. My next lift is tomorrow. You don't have time to think about it. Do you understand? You have to keep just focusing on the reps. Some are going to fail. Some are going to suck. But guess what? I'm posting tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. So do you have any last kind of words to say on that, Titan?
Yeah, just the best way to overcome that fear is outrun it. That, like David was saying, just start now and keep going. And you can outrun. Like they always say, like escaping depression is like the same thing. If depression can't catch you because you're always doing something,
yeah,
you can. It's the same thing with fear, with the spirit of fear. Outrun the spirit of fear. Also recognize it, and and purposely discern and try and pick it apart and take it away. But also, if you're outrunning it, it won't catch you.
Amen. All right, guys, that's it. Next question. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. As always, guys, the full episode is linked below on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And I'll finish it here with the final plug. If you guys are interested and would like to work with me on a personal level, you guys know what's up. There is always one-on-one coaching where we can speak of anything we spoke of in today's video or on a more practical level, improving things like your fitness, business, mindset, and spiritual health. Spots are open below, and I love working with you guys. You can support Edge, coupon code developed. You guys know what's up. See you in the next episode. So with that, much love. Peace.